Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Tennis Manager 2021. We're on episode number 7. Today's episode is going to be all about time. We started making our way a little more quickly through the schedule, but it's May and it's the first year, and there's not much that we can do other than put Lowell in tournaments and continue to train her because, well, we only have a single athlete to payroll, and it is what it is. She's doing well. She's ranked 50th now. So, yeah, great, fantastic. One thing to keep an eye out for, though, as we're going to just kind of push through, we're going to do a lot of simulation today. I'd like to cover multiple months and not just a bit of time. But one thing we'll keep an eye out for is whether or not I can actually re-sign Anne Lowell for next season. We got her to agree to terms, and then it felt like it was a bug because the moment I walked out, I had a message that the deal was canceled. And then a week later, I got a second message that was like, nope, not signing. I already got the moment I walked out the door, somebody going, oh, hell no, we're not signing that deal. And that made no sense because we had an agreement. So I think there might have been a bug involved in that. So we'll give it another shot later on and see if she is re-signable or if it's just one and done. And you only get a single shot at signing your athletes, which is pretty ridiculous in my opinion if you only get one chance to have negotiations with somebody over the course of an entire year. That's pretty silly and unrealistic to real life, but we'll see. All right, so we go straight into the second round, the round of 32 at the Rabat Open in Morocco. We are seeded number 11. They've got us at number 52 as we were entering this one, our previous ranking from a week ago. And we've got a favorable matchup against somebody that was a similar rank to where we just were recently. So I wouldn't necessarily say that we're going to go in and crush this one. We could easily lose. We don't, though. 6-0, 6-3, 66% of the points won. Really good job on the serve points as well. No aces, but no double faults today. That's a big one for us as we've had a fair few double faults in our history. 32 winners to their 16. Nice. Only 8 unforced errors. Bit tougher here for the round of 16, though, as we are doubled up in terms of seeding compared to Ruakina. She's the 4 seed for this one and definitely the favored player, but we'll see if we can get through. We've had a number of these upsets. We don't. It's 3-6, 2-6. We lose out. Closer than the other matchup was that we won. Managed 5 aces, only a single double fault. Definitely better than where we've been. 23 winners, but they had 43. That's 17 unforced errors. Ouch. That hurts. All right, well, out of that tournament in the round of 16, that's still going to come out with at least a little bit of a payday, so it shouldn't hurt us too bad. And we go straight into the Madrid Open, so another tournament. Madrid Open, not a huge payday, but a huge tournament. That's a bit of a strange one. I don't think even if we do well that we're going to get paid much, especially with second round painful matchup. Pun slightly intended there. And we're only ever so slight favorites for this one. I'm not even sure if we are, as our ranking dropped this week. We could easily be out in this first round and collect virtually nothing. But again, we're using the simulation. It's close. It's tight. It's still a loss. 47% on the points won. Just the single ace. Not doing well on first serve. Total winners, pretty close. Unforced errors, pretty close. That's a tight contest, but we come out on the losing side, and we are, in fact, out in the first round. Payday on that one brings us out to almost level for the month, but not quite there yet. It's mid-month, though. We've still got a half month to go. I don't know if we have any more tournaments, but not this coming week. We're going to get some training done for that one. Late May, next tournament, 10 seed. Real advantage here in the round of 32, so that's going to give us a chance to go deep. But the same one who we were facing potentially in the next round of our previous tournament is going to be the number 1 seed here, and probably going to put a real barrier in our progress. But let's see if we at least get through that first. Ooh, gosh, just losing the first set 4-6, but we come back with very, very close sets, 7-5, 7-5 to come away. 74 winners to 53, but also 29 unforced errors. So we were really doing it to ourselves. No double faults, which is amazing. That's one thing I'm really keeping an eye on. Second time we've gone up against Capane, whatever her name is. I don't know who the real athletes are, honestly. I know the Williams sisters. I won't pretend to know everybody else. 2-6, 1-6. We go down pretty handily. No double faults, though. I'll take that. We did give up 8 aces, but just 19 winners against a real pro. Only 10 unforced errors. So actually, for this, I'd say we played really well. 40% on the points won. We didn't get spanked, and we didn't make a bunch of errors. So she played smart. She played hard. She's just outplayed by a superior player, but she didn't crumble. Balance for May, just the tiniest deficit, and we head into a Grand Slam next as we're just about ready to enter June. It's a round of 128, and we get a very unlucky draw where we go up against Joanna Kota, the 11 seed. Despite our quality ranking, that's going to be a terribly, terribly hard matchup. I mean, you got a number 50 here who gets a bye in the first round. I mean, how lucky is that? Things definitely could have gone better for us than they did in this draw. Still going to end up being a decent payday for the French Open, which, of course, this time, this year, this game didn't come with the drama that the real life French Open has had. We actually beat Joanna Kota previously, but not this time. 2-6, 1-6, 0-6. Only 35% points won. Just a single double fault. 9 unforced errors, but just 20 winners. We just could not beat her on the court. But you can already see it's actually still the 31st of May. You can already see the payout just for being there, for just being invited, is massive. Puts us up over 100,000. I knew we went through a rough period, but it looks even worse when you see the actual comparison side by side with our previous season. The clay season did not go well. Ranking somehow improved by 12 spots, but we only won 141 points when we previously had 519 in the opening quarter of the year. Prize money dipped by 20,000. Tournaments, same amount played, 7 tournaments, but we only played 11 matches. We were 4-7 during that period. That's pretty rough. Only 4 matches won. You can see just how close we are to leveling up balance, so that's coming real soon for Anne. So looking forward to that. That's going to give her a little bit more of an edge as she goes into her matches going forward. And there you go, just into our next week, 21st of June now, and she's leveled up. So we've hit now a 13 on balance. So training beginning to pay off. And by keeping her focused and keeping the cost down on coaches, our balance is going in the right direction. We're still making progress developing her. I like the way we set things up this time around. It's our first small tournament in a while. We're in Mallorca, and we enter as the 2 seed. Real advantage in this one, and you got to figure through our next at least second match from now, we'll be fine. Round of 8, a little tougher possibly as we get into some of the higher seedings, but yeah, looking pretty solid on our chances to get fairly deep into now the grass season. Struggling a little bit, haven't played for a couple weeks, haven't won much for a while. 6-2, 3-6, 6-4, but we do come out on top. Just barely 52% on the points won, 11 aces, but 28 unforced errors. And now we're looking at the next 2 rounds, both being a bit easier, as we're going against 14 seed this time, but they're only ranked 117, and both of the seeded players losing out in the round of 32 in the upper part of the bracket ahead of us. So we've got a chance to get pretty deep in this one. 6-4, 5-7, 6-3, still struggling a lot here lately, but coming out on top. Only 52% won, 5 aces, 1 double fault, which isn't bad. 60 winners, nice, but 30 unforced errors. Just really poor, inconsistent day. Another tight contest in the quarterfinal. We just keep squeezing by weaker opponents. 6-2, 4-6, 7-5. Again, 52% on the points won. 13 aces each. And then 2 double faults, which still isn't that bad. Two is a lot better than what we were seeing in the earliest matches. 44 winners to 47 winners. Unforced errors, 24. The opponent with 30, that might be the difference right there. Just really poor, inconsistent play throughout this tournament. Now into the semifinals. The 1 seed, after struggling through their first set, does get through, barely surviving that second set against the 3 seed. Bitty on to the final, which is going to be a tough matchup. That's number 17 ranked player in the world. Meanwhile, we don't have an easy matchup here. And the way we've been playing in this tournament so far, I'd probably say that I would not expect that we'll come away with a win here in this semifinal. And we don't. We win the opening set 6-3, but then we go down 4-6, 2-6. 47% on the points won, 6 aces, no double faults, which is nice. The unforced errors absolutely killing us in this tournament. 60 winners again, so we outplayed the unforced errors. 54 unforced errors to 19. We easily still could have won that match, easily, but no, no, not even close. That was mega ouch. I think that's the worst we've seen Anne play, and didn't surprise me. I mean, looking at the early rounds, she seemed to really be struggling in this tournament. So just the simple fact that she got to the semifinal, which is not going to pay off terribly well. I mean, she gets a decent payoff for getting to the semifinal, but that was not a big tournament at all. And we're on to our next Grand Slam. It's Wimbledon, except for they said London, Canada. Okay. Well, anyway, 39 is our rank now, but we again get a tough draw in the first round of 128, and we're up against the 6th seed. Okay. At least we'll get paid, I suppose. 2-6, 2-6, 3-6. 40% on the points, 6 aces, but only 25 winners and 27 unforced errors. And really struggling through this part of the season in unforced errors. But still, it's a profitable month. We're at 20,000 now. Grass season came and went pretty quickly. We still pick up one more spot in the rankings. Points, just 120. We only played in 2 tournaments, but the prize money was still nearly the same, as we again qualified for a Grand Slam and got the same payout. Only 5 matches played, but we do win 3 of them, so at least that was better, as our win rate was fairly standard for Anne. She's at about 60% overall. We're in Latvia for the Jamala Open, and we have a 7 seed. We had a first round bye. We've got an easy second round matchup. Monica, who we've faced off with, I think, a few times, potential opponent in the round of 16. We'll see if that's who we end up facing off with, but I like our chances of at least getting through a couple of rounds, but we'll see. We definitely struggled on grass. We'll see how we fare on clay. 7-5, 7-5, not quite the performance I was hoping for, but it is a win. 5 aces, no double faults. They had 4. 42 winners, but still way too many unforced errors with 23. We do go up against the Puerto Rican. Her ranking is jumped to 48th, so she's pretty dang close to where we're at. And we squeak out a win, 6-2, 4-6, 6-4, 53% points won, couple double faults, just 4 aces. Winners plus 10, but the unforced errors, again, a minus 15 comparatively with 27, way too much. Quarterfinal is going to be a pretty similar matchup here. And we go down. Oh my goodness, that first set, so close. Go into the tiebreak, but losing 6-7, just managing 3 points in that tiebreaker, and then going down in straight sets, 3-6 in the second. 47% on the points won, 4-1 each on the aces and double faults. Total winners managing just 35, and again, unforced errors still pretty high at 18. So she's had a really, really weak couple of months when it came to unforced errors. But as we go to round out July, the pay for the month is pretty good. 116. We're not terribly far off now from having the 150 necessary to expand and pick up another athlete for the team. Next small tournament, San Jose Open in San Jose, Costa Rica, not in California. 13 seed, but also a bye, so we luck out on that one. And it looks like quite a few players got a bye. Not exactly a large tournament presence. Osaka potentially in the next round if we can get past the unseeded, but not too distantly ranked Suzanovic or something like that. Suzanovic. Oh, and we don't get to face off with Osaka as we again lose. Straight sets 6-5, 6-7, and 3-6. 47% on the. I'm getting frustrated here with how poor she's played lately. 47% points won. I'm getting flustered. Can't find my words. 8 aces, no double faults. Good there. Really poor. Just 19% on the first serve. Return points won though. 26 total winners to 43. Unforced errors actually did come down a bit. That's the lowest we've seen in quite a while at 14, but still not enough. That's going to be a really poor payday too. A little bit bigger of a tournament this time in Toronto. First round matchup. We get the wild card and we go up against somebody with an identical ranking to us. And the way we've been playing, you got to figure that we are not favored. And then even if we get through, Svetlana is going to be heavily favored against us, so yikes. At least payday should just about get us to break even for the month. Already here in early August. Oh, we squeeze our way through. Nice. Very, very tight first set, and then we squeak out sets 2 and 3, 6-4, 6-4. 51% on the points won. I mean, this is the tightest contest we've seen. Neither player with any double faults, 13-12 on the aces, so both serving really well. Total winners almost identical, -3 there. A lot of backhand winners. Unforced errors, that actually is what won it for us, 16-26. So +10 in the unforced errors finally sees us get through a match against somebody other than someone we were much better ranked than. That was the first time in quite a while. Hello. We have offers. Okay. Brand equipments. What do we have? Signing bonus. Okay. Monthly payments. Yearly bonuses. Reach rank 35. We're not that far off from that. However, we're not going to win a Grand Slam either. So don't need to be looking at that. Laffy. Shoes. Okay. These are 2 options. The signing bonus is the same. Monthly payments are the same. Ranking bonus, okay, it's identical. We have contract duration is the same. National Ambassador US contract type is the same. Event frequency is the same. It's all the same. Maximum Academy share on the 21%. So this is her signing bonus. We're going to get a chunk of that. That's beautiful. We're going to make some money. Laffy or Yonex. I suppose literally the only difference between them is what they look like. I like the blue and green from the Northwest. Those are our colors. And then there's more. Outfits. Only one choice. That's easy. And then rackets. Oh, let's see what happens. Does it come in tomorrow? The signing bonus. It should. It does. 251,000. $250,000. What a payout. Sweet. That's sweet. Even if we end up losing Anne, not in a few months, that's already going to be well worth it. What a payout. 358,000 now. That's actually enough to do 2 upgrades. Let's go ahead and go straight into the first anyway. Upgrade for 150,000. The Sports Center. This is going to give me a second athlete to join us. And then from there, I don't know, maybe the Business Center. Right now, early on, to make all these upgrades, you need money. So to develop, you need money. The obvious focus of the first couple episodes and the long-term focus, or at least the medium short-term focus, is finances. Anything you can to develop finances. not necessarily develop the athletes faster, make them better, stronger. That can catch up in time. Right now, we need to increase the money coming in so that we can make upgrades more rapidly that are useful to us in the long term. I don't care if we get a couple more wins here and there. As you can see, we're using that quick sim this whole episode as our focus is on trying to get down the road, get into a position where we are a bit more financially stable. So that's why we're kind of moving fast right now. So Sports Center, 5 months, that's going to give us, it says +2, but I've heard that by +2 it means 2 total. Okay, and I think maybe it's time to do the business center as well. I mean, we have the cash for it. We might as well. And apparently we're going to get into look at that. Revenue per, that's +5,000. That's already, 7,000 is already nearly break even territory. So this is good. This is good. It's going to take 5 months though. It's going to push us right into the end of the year, but still awesome to have that happen now. Well before the end of the year. So well before when it was predicted. And I think this is also a really good point to end this episode. So 2 upgrades on the way, huge payout thanks to Anne. Near future, of course, we want to see if we can re-sign her and give that another go. Hanging on to her seems valuable, even if the revenue share isn't amazing. She's getting into big tournaments and the revenue is just flat out good in those. And then, of course, as these 2 upgrades come along, we'll get another athlete anyway. And then we'll start getting to the average revenues getting almost break even. So then tournament winnings are just profit. And that's going to make a huge difference long term. It's not just waiting for the end of the year for the board to go, okay, here's a cash influx for you, right? We can actually make money. And then that's where those next round of upgrades can start taking place. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button. I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. And bye for now.